9th, 2021 for another exciting edition. Guys, today we're going to be talking to a few people who participated in the IKF World Classic last week in Orlando, Florida at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. What a great event. So much fun. Mr. Steve Fossum and the IKF staff did an outstanding job on that event. At least that's my impression. Anyway, I thought it was a really, really good event. I thought most people there really enjoyed themselves. So we got a couple of people that we're going to be talking to who, experienced the event, whether it was in the PKB there or whether it was in the full contact. But hopefully that they will come on board. You can also come on board if you have a few minutes. Please just click on the link that we have right there if you want to actually come on the show and make some comments about the event this past weekend. We'll also be talking a little bit about the IKF East Coast Classic that's coming up in October 8th, 9th, and 10th. Guys, registration starts July 19th. Do not delay on that, because I will tell you that the registration fills up pretty fast. But we'll talk about that in just a moment. We always want to thank our sponsors too, Eastern Offset Printing, for all they do for us. Eastern Offset Printing, they're out of Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. They do great graphics for us and all of our printing for us, that banner, the things that you're seeing right there. They handle all of those things for us. Be sure to contact them. You can just probably look them up, really. Eastern Offset Printing right in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. We're always looking for sponsors, guys. If right now we're really getting out there with our show, with our event. We have the PBSC, we have the PKB, we have the PMT, we have the East Coast Classic, we have the Georgia Classic, soon probably the Missouri Classic, Arizona. We got so many different areas that we're looking at and hosting these events and all. So if you want to become like a gold sponsor, feel free to come on board with us, and let's move forward together in growing our sport. We would love to have you a part of our organization. Hey guys, guess what? Yeah, 3 years. 3 years. I've been on here running my mouth. Well, I've been on here running my mouth before 3 years, but our show now is now celebrating 3 years of Johnny Davis Live, real talk with real solutions. Now, guys, I've had a little bit of everybody and everything, talked about everything on here. The thing about my show is what I'm so excited about is that it gives fighters and trainers a platform to, just talk about their lives and talk about, the sport, but so many other things. My show is not ABC. If you ever come on this show, it's not just ABC questions. I always dig a little bit deeper into your psyche, into your mind, and that's been pretty successful, right? We've had shows about health with Dr. Lucas and some other, Dr. Davis and Nurse Bernstein, so many other people that we've had on the show over these 3 years. We've talked about, different people with different illnesses and things like that, how they overcome whatever it might be. People who, diagnosed with cancer. Oh my gosh, we've talked about so many things. Oh, drugs, being in prison. All of these things we've talked about. I just want to thank everybody for the support that they've given us over the years, because it certainly is so important, in what we do. I think that, having a show like this, again, gives people a platform to, just really talk about things that goes on in their life as Muay Thai and kickboxing and, boxing, fighting world. It's another type of life. It's different. We're a different kind of animals, right? We're a little bit different. Right. And so, we give the opportunity for people to share these ideas. I had a great interview with Mr. Don Wilson this past weekend, at the IKF World Classic. You guys can see that interview in full on my YouTube channel, Johnny Davis Live, 3 exclamation marks, on my Facebook channel. But we also talked to Miss Susan Ray, who was it's heart-wrenching. She's fighting, cancer right now. She's a trainer and all that. And, oh, please don't get me to say that word, be Florida. Right. She's, as I noted, she's looking for a little help out there. So if you can help her out, all the information is on my Facebook page. Great conversation with her, though. Really heart-wrenching. But at the same time, we're still trying to get the word out there and try to give help along the way. Guys, if you want more on the show, be sure to check out our Facebook channel. Like I said, Facebook on AK Promotions on Facebook, and our YouTube channel as well. All right, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about the World Classic and the East Coast Classic in just a moment. But I want to go ahead and bring up one of our special guests. Now, scheduled today, who's in the lobby right now, we have Mr. Ernie G. Smiley there. He's definitely, waiting to chat with us. Hugo's supposed to be coming on board, and Mr. Keith Persinger, I don't know if they're going to be available. If they come on anytime during the show, we'll see can we bring them on and chat with them. But hey, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring up the man with the plan and talk a little bit about his participation in the IKF World Classic. Please give it up, guys, for Ernie G. Energy, Smiley. How you doing?
Booyah, booyah, booyah. I'm good, man. I'm good. Excited.
Hey, man. It's good to have you on today. I certainly appreciate it and everything for taking a little time out and chatting with us and everything. Tell us a little bit about who you are and about your background. You've had a pretty extensive background in kickboxing martial arts.
Yeah, so I started, right now I'm 48. I started when I was 11 years old in Puerto Rico. First I was Shorty Ryu. And it's kind of a fun story because when I first saw like Bruce Lee when I was a kid, I fell in love with him, and I wanted to be like him. And then I always told my father, hey, I want to take karate. We say, hey, we don't have the money for that. Right. But then in 1984, we moved to Puerto Rico, and I discovered that there was like a karate school, like right walking distance, less than 1/4 mile from my house, right?
Wow.
And I say, hey, this is going to be the opportunity, so I'm going to go over there and see how much the teacher, the sensei charge and all that. And then when I told my mother, at that time, 1984, he charged $12 a month.
Wow.
$12 a month.
You won't find that.
Yeah, but that was still expensive for my mom. That still was expensive for my mom.
Okay.
So I told her, okay, not a problem. I'm going to see if I could talk with him, and I'm going to come up with some idea. So I went and talked with him. I say, Sensei, I've been observing you. I've been coming here every day, and I know that every time you do a class, before the class you clean the dojo, and after the class you clean the dojo. Wow. What if I do that? I was 11 years at that time. 11 years old, and I go, what if I do that? Will you teach me? And he said, let me think about it. And then after that, I was like 2 or 3 weeks, like, hey, did you already thought about it? And he go, I'm gonna give you a chance, but it's one condition. You're going to come here, you're going to clean the dojo before the class, after the class, but you cannot miss a class. I'm going to teach you, but you cannot miss a class. And I stayed with him 2 years. That's my story of the beginning.
Well, I'm interested. What was it about martial arts that you think that kind of pulled you towards it, though? Sometimes there's a lot of reasons why people get in martial arts. Was there something more specific for you?
Well, Bruce Lee, really just watching
I know. You said Bruce Lee, I get that. But what about Bruce Lee that you think might have attracted you? Do you have a bully story? Was there something you were feeling lacking in confidence or something? Or what was it?
Yes, I did. I was bullied in school a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I was bullied when I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. Yeah, that was bad.
Right. So that was kind of an outlet for you to kind of, defend yourself or whatever if you needed to.
Exactly.
Got it. Hey, real talk, man. I mean, it's real talk.
I know. Yeah.
Well, I have bully stories, as well and stuff like that. And so you got into martial arts and everything. Did you figure out right away that you had a talent with it, or how did that process work out for you to eventually figure out that you had some skills?
Okay, so at the beginning, I thought it was like movie. So when I got in there, I thought it was going to be like I was going to be like Bruce Lee. I was going to start like kicking stuff. But then I learned that I had to learn the basics because I didn't know how to throw a punch or a kick. And the sensei, he was with his patience, he taught me. And it got to the point where after like 1 year I was there, I was the one teaching the basic students. So when I was around 12 years old, every time a new student would come in, I would teach them the basics.
So you got pretty good at it pretty fast.
Yes, it was fast.
Were you working out like every day?
Yeah, every single day from Monday to Friday, there was classes 5 days a week.
Right. So somewhere along the line there, you got pretty good. You received a black belt, correct?
Yeah, I did. And that's how I received purple belt. And then I just kept on jumping from different style. And Kyokushin karate, I got to brown belt. But then after that, the teacher, he went to. I was living in Puerto Rico. He moved to the United States. I still don't have the black belt, but I'm working on it.
Right.
But I'm talking about it's like 16 years in like back to back 16 years. I competed with black belts, and I won. Even though I was not a black belt, I competed against them, and I won. So
Right.
the
Right.
experience
Well,
was there.
the belt is just a color. I mean, it's just a color.
Exactly.
It's the individual that makes a difference. Well, tell me a little bit about, you fought this past weekend in the PKB, which is the Point Muay Thai and Kickboxing Sparring Tournament. What did you think about that event?
I was awesome, man. My last competition was in 1999.
Wow.
And I told Sensei Angel and the dungeon, and he said, I'm gonna get you to fight again. I said, you think so? Because I got my back is bad, my knee is bad, my shoulder is bad. I mean, my whole body is broken down. He said, don't worry, I'll take you little by little, and I'll fix everything you have, and you get there. And we were supposed to compete last year, but because of COVID, we couldn't do it. So we kept on training for this year, and he did it. You did it.
Well, you definitely went in there. You did a good job. Tell me a little bit about the actual sparring experience. How did you feel about kicking and punching again, and being in an environment where knockouts are not allowed? They can happen, but as you know, for the most part, it's semi-contact, right? Yes. And gives you an opportunity. How was the idea of fighting in a semi-contact event like that compared to knowing you're getting in the ring where somebody's going to really try to knock your block off?
It's totally different, because when you get in the ring, you know that you could get knocked out, you could go hard and all that.
Right.
And PKB, you get a little more more like easier. You say, like, trusting that you're not gonna get hurt, because people gotta hold up. It's more like sparring, but more not fully fighting. That's how I saw it. I saw it like we were sparring in a karate school or something like that.
Right. No, that is awesome. How old are you now?
48.
48, yeah. See, like, and it doesn't require any special exams or anything like that, and it kind of like one of those bucket list things, right? I'm gonna say this. Remember, Johnny Davis Live, Real Talk, Real Solutions. Has anyone ever told you that you sound, and look, and I'm gonna be very stereotypical here, like that rapper Pitbull?
Oh yeah, they used to call me Pitbull. Yeah, they did. And they say, hey, do you know how to sing like people? Yeah, I wish I would. I could sing like people. I wouldn't be here. I would be up there with Pitbull.
Well, Pitbull, he doesn't really sing, does he? He's more of a rapper, right?
Yeah, he's more like a rapper. He more talks than sing, and laughs a lot.
Right. But man, you remind me. Listen, you remind me of Pitbull. That voice that you have. Maybe you should say it. Ladies around the world. I don't know.
Hey. Maybe if I practice it, maybe it'll come out. Where I haven't practiced it.
You don't know, man. You might can be a double, or something like that. Just kind of, because I mean, again, you guys kind of anyway. That's another story. But how was the training for you in the COVID era? How was that training for you?
So we train in a garage. It's in Sensei Seiyu's house in Apopka.
Right.
And while all the other gyms were closed, we were still training. Because it was in his house, so we didn't have that thing that, we don't have a gym to go to, and we just like nonstop. Even though COVID was like when it started that last year in March and April, like it was really strong. We kept on going and training. It was good. It was, I mean, we never stopped.
Right. Well, I mean, and that's what it is. A lot of people didn't, some people did, and all that. But those who stuck with it, I think that they're seeing now that they improved, right?
Yeah,
I think that is a good thing. What do you think the biggest lesson was that you learned out of finally getting a chance to compete in this event this past weekend?
Yeah, like if I'm gonna compete again, my hand gotta stay up.
We don't have to talk about that. Conditioning is a big part of it, right?
Oh yeah, conditioning. Yeah. I didn't feel gassed out. I was tired, but I was not gassed out. I thought I was gonna be worse. Like I was worried that I was gonna get gassed out during the fight, but I didn't. I kept on going, and it was good. I mean, we did a good workout. We did a good training, a good training camp. It was like 8 weeks, and we were supposed to swim, but we didn't have the time to swim. Right. But like if next time if I go swimming, I could do way better than I did last time.
Right. Well, that's what it's all about. It's about living and learning and getting in there and doing your thing. And I think you did that, brother. And I'm so glad that you had the opportunity to compete. I also want to give a shout out to Sensei Angel
Yeah.
Ortiz, one of the best people on the planet. He's a
Yes,
really
sir.
nice guy. He's always so supportive of my events. He's had, I mean, kids that are now walking around with a beard. I'm thinking about, I think it's John Michael.
Michael.
Who was a little young dude who started with us. Now he's walking around with a full beard, you know. And,
Look at me. Look at me. I met him when I was in high school.
oh,
I met Sensei when I was in high school. When I was 15 years old, that's when I met him.
wow.
So I've been with him for a long, long time.
He's a good guy. He's a really smart guy. I like having people like that around and all. And so definitely, you know, tell him I said hello again. I'm sure I'll be talking to him again soon. But again, any final thoughts on your adventure this past weekend?
I mean, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. It's really good. It's really great. People that don't want to get in the ring, at least they have the mat fighting, and you know, it's a great experience. It's a great experience to learn. And if you're my age, 48, right, or around that age, you can go in there and do your PKB. It's not hard sparring, you know, but you don't have to get to the ring if you want to compete again. That's
right. Before I let you go, Ernie, who is Edna?
And then my sister, the screamer. Yeah.
Edna says she almost had a heart attack.
Oh, she did. She's been seeing me competing since I was a kid. And my wife Jessica, she was almost like hiding under the chairs because every time I got a punch in the face, she was like, oh no, he's gonna break his back. He's gonna break his back.
Oh, that is too funny. That is absolutely too funny. Look, man, it's been a pleasure meeting you and having you on the show today. And we look to talk to you again real soon. Okay, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks so much, guys. All right. Ernie Smalley there, the man with the plan. He competed in the IKF PKB this past weekend in Orlando, Florida at the IKF World Classic. So much fun. I also see someone else in the lobby there. Let's see if they're available. Right now, I'm just seeing the blank screen. Mr. Alexander Persinger. He needs to come to the screen. Where are you, sir? There he is right there. Somebody's hiding us. I'm going to go ahead and bring him up and chat with him for just a moment, see what's going on. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. Now, tell me now, because, you know, this is my first time meeting you. Are you Alexander?
Yeah.
You are Alexander, and you competed this past weekend?
Yes.
Okay, good. So tell me about, first of all, a little bit about your club and your trainer.
What do you mean?
Well, who's your trainer?
Joseph Long.
Joseph Long. Okay, good. And where you're kind of moving around a lot there. If you could stay in the screen.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? Good. So what's the name of your gym?
Chattanooga Mixed Martial Arts College.
And where are you guys out of?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay, out of Tennessee. Was that your first time competing in the World Classic?
Yeah.
It was. Okay, good. You competed in the open or the novice division?
The open.
In the open division, in your first time?
Yeah.
Hey, I see you got that champion hat on there. I see you. Well, tell me a little bit about your martial arts background.
Well, I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was like 8, but I started striking like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. So, I mean, you must be striking. What gave you the confidence to go and start out? Because I don't think you've done the PKB competition, right?
No.
Right. So what gave you the confidence to jump right in the open division?
Well, we're going to make a 10-hour trip. Might as well just go for the big.
So it was about your time investment and all of that. And hey, if we're going to go, might as well to go for the belt, right? Mm-hmm. Well, tell me a little bit about your competition. How many fights did you actually have?
I only had one. We had only a 2-man bracket.
Okay. Sometimes it only takes one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, tell me a little bit about your opponent. Was he pretty tough?
He was pretty good. He took a lot of teeps and kicks during our match.
Okay. What rule style were you fighting in? Modified Muay Thai?
No, we were fighting in international. We had to so there's nobody in the modified Muay Thai, so we had to switch it. So we had a catch weight, and we changed the rule set.
Right. Okay, you changed the rule set. Okay, good. How difficult was that change for you?
Not really. I mean, we were looking for modified Muay Thai, and really all it is taking out the knees and clinching.
Yeah. Well, that's a good attitude. A lot of people have a fit when they go there. They act like when you take away one tool, it's like they have no idea how to use the rest of their tools. You know, they're just, oh, I can't fight now if I can't do a knee. Really? I mean, you know, what if that happens in a real fight? You just gonna stop fighting? I don't think so. But
Yeah.
how was your training leading up to the World Classic?
It was good. I mean, I was like, my mom would leave at like 5 in the morning, and we'd get here I'd be at the gym pretty much all day during the week, and we'd train from like, not like for the full day, but it'd be like train from 9 to 11, get lunch, and then wait. I'd like teach kids class, and then depending on what day it was, we'd stay for afternoon classes.
Right. Well, you're pretty into it. You're putting a lot of time in there. What kind? So you won the championship belt. Do you have that belt with you?
Well, Joe's gonna go grab it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Show me how beautiful those belts are. Well, let me ask you a question. When you went back home, did you go to the newspaper and let them know that you won?
No.
Why?
I don't know. We just asked if we can go to the newspaper. We won. Oh. Yeah, we should have, but we just didn't think of that. I mean,
well, it's not. Listen, it's not too late, right? I try to tell people all the time, when you go to these tournaments and you win these tournaments, it helps our sport grow when you go to your local newspaper and let them know that, hey, I won, I'm a winner, right? That's the way I started out. I mean, my mom took me to the newspaper, and since that time, they covered me my entire career, right? Don't you want that? Don't you want a little bit of notoriety for what you accomplished, right?
Yeah.
So you tell your mama and your daddy to take you down to the newspaper and say, my baby won.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. It's kind of important. So how old are you now?
I'm about to turn 14 next month.
Oh, 14. Okay, you're a junior right now. Yeah, so that's a lot of strong juniors out there. What are your plans? Are you planning on pursuing this as a career, or are you just trying to get past whatever?
I'm trying to like get to the point where I have my own gym, and I'm like really widely known.
Right. So you wanna use this as a platform to become more popular, so that people know, and also just kind of build a resume. Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Are you planning on you got any other tournaments you might be planning on?
The one in February. There's like a WACO one.
Yes.
I'm not sure when it is, but we plan on doing that. But like at the moment, we think it's in February. But at the moment, I'm focusing on doing some more jiu-jitsu tournaments, and school's starting up soon. So
yeah, that changes things. Well, you're close. You're in. What do you say you were again?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
In Tennessee, so that's not too far from Georgia. You know, we do have the Georgia Classic in January. You know, so just keep that in mind. It's over in the Columbus, Georgia. You never know. He's looking and saying, oh, maybe I have to give that some thought. Look, I'm so glad that you took a minute to come on, and I want to say congratulations on your win. Did you get that belt?
Yeah, we have it's a tad bit heavy to lift with one arm, but
hey, people have no idea how heavy those belts are. Oh, that is so nice, man.
They're really heavy.
That's what I'm saying. When you win such a nice award like that, that's why you need to let people know about the quality of the tournament, the quality of the awards, right? And take it down to your local newspaper. I'm telling you, no one else is doing it like that. And this is something that you will cherish for the rest of your life. I started fighting when I was 12 years old, right? And I started winning early in my career as well. But I'm telling you right now that you want to go ahead, if you want to build your name as you said you did, start right now, because you have a great reason to go to the newspaper. And I guarantee you they will put you in that newspaper, right? And tell other people about your story, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure you do it. When you do it, just send me a little notice. Hey, they did it. I'm a star. Alexander Persinger, thanks so much for coming on the show today, brother. And again, congratulations, okay?
Thanks.
All right, talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye. All right, another champion's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Alexander Persinger there. He went there and he did his thing this past weekend. in Orlando, Florida. You know, seems like a great kid, has a great head on his shoulder, and is probably going to do some great things in the sport. Guys, right now you're watching Johnny Davis Live, Real Talk or Real Solutions. We're going to talk a little bit now about our upcoming IKF East Coast Classic that's coming up in October 8th through the 10th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Is going to be a really exciting event. Full contact, knockout action. Advanced registration starts for that event July 19th, right, at akpromotions.org. Now, listen, you want to go ahead and register for that event. And the reason why is because it fills up fast. We have limited fighters in that event. We don't do 300-400 competitors. It maxes out a little bit over 200 fighters, right? So you want to go ahead and get registered when it opens on July 19th. You cannot register before July 19th, right? But I will tell you, it is a pretty exciting event. Most people enjoy it. We only have one ring, right, for all of the fights, and we break it down into like 4 shows and over the weekend. And you're going to know exactly when you're going to fight. We have beautiful championship belts. We have nice cups. We have nice awards in general. And so I think that you guys should definitely try to check that tournament out. Again, akpromotions.org. We have 4 rule styles. We have international rules, unified rules, modified Muay Thai, and full rule Muay Thai with elbows. Right? And so it's really some nice awards there. And I hope you guys will definitely come out and check it out. Just kind of give you an idea how some of the awards look. You know, the cups are not as big as the World Classic cups, and we do that by design. The belts are not as, in my opinion, not as nice as the World Classic belts, but we do that also by design, right? But they're nice belts, nice cups. It's a nice event. Again, with one ring where we have lights, we have over one ring, we have DJ music, we have a catwalk and everything for the fighters. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys will think about registering for that event starting July 19th at akpromotions.org. Again, it's going to go fast and it's going to be fun. We also see Mr. Hugo Rivera there in our lobby. We're going to bring him up in just a minute. Also at the IKF World Classic, guys, we have our PKB sparring tournament. Now, that tournament is just kind of getting out the chain there at the World Classic. The PKB sparring tournament at the East Coast Classic is becoming really popular, right? It seemed like we had almost as many people in the PKB tournament as we had in the World Classic. It was crazy. Not in the World Classic, but as in the East Coast Classic on the other side. So we used 2 ballrooms, right, where they were full on for the PKB and it was full for the full contact fighting at the East Coast Classic. So you guys, listen, come out, bring your entire team, right? Men, women, and children compete in those events, and it's just going to be an exciting time. So registration will be starting for that also July 19th, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys will plan on that as well. That's the PKB at the IKF East Coast Classic, October 9th. That's one day. It's only one day for that event. You don't need an exam. You don't have to stay at the hotel. We wish you would at the Landmark Resort and all that. But it's a lot of fun, and the competition is real. And seems like it gets even tougher, right? When it actually happens, because so many people are bringing fighters who might have been planning to enter into the full contact, and they maybe have to roll over into the PKB. All right, guys, enough about that. Let's go ahead and see can we find Hugo there. I'm sure he's somewhere. Let's see where Hugo is, ladies and gentlemen. We go a long way back. Let's bring up Hugo.
How you doing, Mr. Johnny Davis? It's an honor to be on the show. I hope you can hear me. I'm still at the airport, actually.
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Yeah, you're loud and you're clear. I appreciate you coming on today, brother. We go a long way back. I want you to take a moment, if you will, and tell people about how you got started in this game, man.
First off, I started off training when I was about 7 years old under Grandmaster Dennis Gila under Kaju Kembo. Then early on, he took me under his wing and he took me to the PKB circuits back when we were doing a bunch of hard sparring on wooden floors, the good old-fashioned way,
Right.
it was wonderful experience. It was great experience. You know, thanks to the PKB circuit, not only did it give me confidence as a fighter, it gave me a lot of confidence in life and built a lot of good self-esteem in myself.
Nice.
It built a lot of good drive for me. You know, it made me not just want to be a winner inside a ring, but be a winner in everything I do.
Wow. Wow.
Everything
Wow.
I do in life.
That's what it's
And
all
that's
about.
thanks to the PKB circuit. Yes.
Oh man, thanks so much, brother. I certainly appreciate that shout out. I do remember you when you were like really young. About how old were you then, Hugo?
Started doing PKB 9 years old, full contact around 12 years old.
Right, right.
So
And you actually you thought I think it was on my show that you started the full contact, right?
I didn't start there. I actually started at the World Classic back in
Okay,
2007, but I did have a couple fights at the DoubleTree Hotel
I thought
back in the
so.
day. Yes,
But
beautiful events.
didn't you win some titles?
I won the West Coast Classic, but I was never able to win one of the championship fight nights. I never had a title fight
Well,
on the fight
listen,
night
man,
card.
the West Coast Classic was no joke. I mean, that was a
Yeah,
great event.
yeah, tough competition, a lot of tough competition,
Right,
always on the
right,
West Coast.
right. Really, really tough, man. I mean, they came out really strong for that event. That was the first and only tournament, pretty much. I think that somebody else might have had another tournament over there, but that tournament was pretty, pretty solid, man. I mean, I
No,
love it. I love so much about it and everything. But listen, it just seems like we just go so far back. Now, I've seen you lately. You're kind of a bit on you took a break, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, when I turned 18, I want to say life kind of hit me a little hard, so I kind of had to embrace it. I had a kid, so I kind of started focusing more on the whole family aspect of life. I did leave the martial arts alone, and for about 7, 8 years, I stopped competing. I stopped training. I didn't even do a single push-up. And then as as I got later into fatherhood, I started seeing how tough my child was, you know, seeing the difficulties that he was going, and it just made me want to start fighting again. You know, it built that fire back in me to come back, and I don't know. I want to do. I came back to fight and maybe live out my dreams. You know, because when somebody has a kid, sometimes they want their kid to live out their dreams. You know, but in my case, I want to live out my dreams and maybe do it for my kid this time. You know,
Right,
and
right,
that fuel that I had as a child, it sparked back up, and I feel, I'm only 8 months back, but I'm training hard, and I train every day. You know, I'm basically sponsoring myself. You know, I'm gonna train hard every day,
right,
and I'm gonna take and hopefully I can take it to the top. You know, the next event I play is gonna be the East Coast Classic. You know, so I'm gonna be training hard for that one.
right.
You know, I'm still gonna be competing nonstop.
Right. Well, tell me about. So I want to talk a little bit about your climb back because how hard it is to when you stop to start
Mm.
back. Tell us a little bit about your story there. How difficult that was.
Um, and when we talk about technically speaking, no. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I gotta move my stuff real quick from the airport. But
Okay.
no, when I started making the comeback, it was very hard for me, you know, because I haven't trained at all, so I was very rusty technically when it came to skill wise. But the heart was always there, the passion was always there, and it's kind of like when if you can't really build a fighter. You know, you can build someone good technically and skill wise, but if deep down inside they don't want to fight when it gets tough and sometimes the tough can't get going. You know,
Right.
and that's what I feel makes me a good fighter is that I'm a tough guy. I got a lot of heart, and I want to fight. I want to be a part of this sport. You know, nobody's pushing me to do this. I want to do this. You know, I love the
Right.
game, and I got a lot of respect for the game.
Now, so what tournament was your first tournament? Was it the East Coast Classic in October?
My first tournament back was actually I trained about 6 weeks, and I went to the Georgia Classic.
Oh, okay. So
Johnny,
Georgia
yes,
was the first one.
yeah.
Now tell us. I like to talk to people about perseverance, right? So, how did you do in the Georgia Classic?
I did it. It went as expected. I was very rusty. Conditioning wasn't there. Skill wasn't there. But like I said, I showed a lot of heart. I showed a lot of guts, and I put up a fight like I always do. Every time I
Of
show up,
course.
I'm always gonna put up a fight. You know, nobody's ever gonna just walk right through me. I'm always gonna sit there and go out on my shield. Always.
Right.
So it was a great event. You know, there's always great competition at Johnny Davis event. It was a great venue, you know, and I lost by split decision, you know, to a tough guy, Humberto Chavez, and you know, I plan on competing, so hopefully we'll run into each other again someday too.
Right,
You know,
right. He's still hungry. He's still hungry. I want to get it back. I want a rematch.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you get ready for the World Classic last weekend that you competed in, right? Different mindset. You already got the rust kind of, knocked off, right? You were probably hungrier, right, to compete in that event. Tell us a little bit about your experience in the World Classic this past weekend.
It was a beautiful experience, and it really I got to know who I was a little bit more, because 6 days prior to the event I got a little injured, you know, so I kind of had to dig through that, push through that, you know, and it maybe made the competition a little tougher than it should have been, but you know, it made the victory that much greater, you know, and there's still a lot of things I need to work on, and I'm gonna just keep working on. I'm only gonna get better with time, and I'm gonna keep competing, and I'll be back at the next World Classic next year as well. You know,
how many times did you fight to win this year?
I fought in the Saturday prelims, and then I fought in the championship round Sunday, so twice.
Wow, right, and you won both of them.
Twice. Won both of them.
And
yes.
you
I got the belt.
Let's see that belt. Are you going to the airport with the belt?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more humble nowadays, so I got inside the cage.
Hey man, you need to take that belt out, man. Come on, man. So let me tell you. Hey, I guarantee you, if you take that belt off and you put it across your shoulder and you walk from where you are to the bathroom, you'll get stopped a few times.
Okay, yeah,
hey, listen,
most definitely.
And it's gonna promote the sport, man. I try to tell people you can't be shy about fighting. You gotta let people know what you do. You gotta let them know who you are. You got to put it on your clothing. Hey, I am a Muay Thai kickboxing fighter. Look what I won. We can't be so shy. We gotta let people know who we are.
I'll do it right now, just right now.
That's what I'm telling you. Now you watch what happens when people see you with that belt. They're going to respond, and they're going to ask you questions about, hey, oh my God, you won that? Oh my God, and then you have the opportunity to tell people about our sport. That helps us grow. If everybody does that, well, it's just going to make us that much better. That makes sense?
Yes, it totally makes sense.
Right.
Nobody knows more about the sport than someone like you, Mr. Davis.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. Well, tell me about your final thoughts. What different about you after winning this past weekend? How different are you today, and how does that motivate you for the future?
I feel like I really did need this win, kind of to keep the momentum going, keep the feel going. Right now I'm on a 4-fight win streak, and I want to keep it going. And not just that, but it's not like, oh, I won, so I'm satisfied. Like, I won, and I know this is just the beginning, because I know there's a lot to improve on. I'm not blind, I see it. I know what I have to work on, and I'm gonna work on it, and I'm just gonna train harder, and I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna put it on display at the East Coast Classic. Coming up.
All right. Here you go. It's back in the house, brother. Hey, congratulations so much for winning your IKF World Classic title this past weekend. I'm sure we're going to be in touch, and we're going to see you around doing your thing, brother, okay?
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Hugo. Hugo's a man. I remember Hugo quite well, guys. I tell you, he was coming up, always had a great attitude. Very talented fighter as well. Is somebody definitely that you can look up to. Really, really, truly nice guy. Also, guys, as we are getting ready for our East Coast Classic, talking about our man there, Mr. Derek Reams there, who's in the screen, on the screen right now. Derek Reams is my co-host of Johnny Davis Live, and we had a little chat the other day about our process and what we're going to be doing. He's going to be covering several events that are coming up, but we're going to go out a little bit stronger, especially when we are talking about our pro fights that we're having in October. We're going to be interviewing these fighters. It's going to kind of look like HBO 24/7. All right. So we're going to go all out, guys. We're going to interview these guys in their gyms, maybe even at their homes or whatever, right? So you can look for some really intriguing, interesting interviews with our man, Mr. Derek Reams. He does such a great job, and we're looking at some bigger things. We're also working some other events as well. The Ultimate Battleground events coming up next weekend. Plan to be there in Myrtle Beach at the Landmark there with Mr. Derek Brunson doing his thing for MMA over in Myrtle Beach. So keep your eyes out for the one and the only Mr. Derek Reams, right, as he's interviewing folk and talking to them on my show, Johnny Davis Live, guys. And we got some big plans coming up for that. Keep your eyes going for that, guys. It's going to be good. I want to talk a little bit about our professional fight that we have coming up. It's going to be great, guys. Really quick, before I talk about some of the other things, I want to talk about that professional fight with Mr. Who is it? Jeremiah Scott. Good, Jeremiah and Caleb. We got Caleb Hunter right here. Caleb Hunter and Mr. Jeremiah Scott. They're going to be battling there for 9 rounds of professional fighting, professional kickboxing in October, on October the 9th, guys. It's going to be a part of the East Coast Classic. This is professional stuff here. These two guys are going to be going at it, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's going to change the game. Remember what I said. We're going 9 rounds. Most fights now are only 5-round fights. We're going 9 2-minute rounds. It's going to change the game. It's going to help recapture our sport, guys, of Muay Thai and kickboxing. I don't care about the style. We're going to put those rounds back into this action, guys. 9 rounds, those two fighters. And all the tickets will go on sale as the event gets closer. A lot of people are talking about this fight. A lot of people are excited about this. It's going to be a ton of fun. And again, you watch it. Watch what I'm telling you. Everybody's going to follow suit. Everybody's going to start doing the same thing because they're going to realize it just makes sense. We need more rounds in order to make our sport more, I say, visible and more respected. We want to show the athleticism of our fighters and our athletes. And I think the only way to do it, guys, is to get back to the rounds. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so get ready for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Caleb Hunter and Jeremiah Scott. All right, guys, as we finally kind of wind down just a little bit, I want to talk about our East Coast Classic United States titles that we're looking for challengers, right? So I want you guys to make sure you keep this in mind as you have and know different gyms out there that might have some fighters that are looking to get some real action. I will tell you, we don't do easy. Nothing we do will be easy, right? These champions here can tell you that we don't do easy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring up all of these guys at one time, and I'm going to just kind of break them down, and I'm going to talk to them and tell you a little bit about who they are and everything as we go down. So the first person we have right there to the left of the screen where it says seeking challengers in the big red, that is Mr. Tyrese Cunningham. Tyrese Cunningham is a very talented young fighter. He's only 18 years old, but he's in the men's division, right? And this guy is very, very talented, very, very skilled in modified Muay Thai, trains under Mr. Tyrone Cunningham. The weight class is 122 pounds. We are seeking challengers for that. Yes, you have to be qualified. Yes, you have to have a good record, a winning record. I don't care what organization you fought in the past. That has nothing to do with anything. You have to be willing to jump in there and fight. If it's one fighter, it's 5-round fights. If it's more than that, it'll be 2 3-round fights. But the bottom line is the first fight will be with headgear. Second fight will be with no headgear, no shins. It's a real deal, guys. These guys are almost at pro level. They're very talented. But Tyrese Cunningham is looking for challenges. I have been on the phone this week talking to a few people who might be interested in coming on. Just don't talk. Walk it, baby. Come on down. Tyrese will be ready for you. We want to try to get our contenders in as soon as possible. Also, we have a young lady there, Miss Chelsea Manor there. She's out of Malden, South Carolina, trains with Mr. Mark Clem there. I think he's out of Greensville. I think he's at the UFC gym over there in Greensville, South Carolina. She is a tough competitor. She is currently our United States champion at 127 in modified Muay. Actually, they do full Muay Thai with elbows, right? She is also seeking challengers, guys. So listen, don't be playing. Come on down. If you women out there, if you have a good record, I don't want to hear about, a little bit heavier, a little bit light. You can make that weight. Come on, 127. You probably walk around at that or then some. All right, go ahead and get in early so that we can give you the promotion that you deserve for Chelsea Manor. She is our IKF United States champion. She is looking for you on October 9th, guys, in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the Landmark Resort. And finally, there we have our young man. He's only 14 years old. He's trained with Mr. Rami Ibrahim. Is out of Baltimore, Maryland, at 112 pounds. He's a kid. He's 14. So you have to be within 2 years. That, of course, in the weight class, no heavier than 112 pounds, 108 to 112. This kid is a modified Muay Thai. Very talented. You can see all the belts there. Mr. Jaden Reeves. He is waiting for challengers. If you have someone who you think can compete with him to try to take away his IKF United States title on October the 8th, that's on the Friday night, hey, contact us. You have all the information right there on the screen there at akpromotions.org, 843-773-1005. All of these fighters are looking for challengers in October, guys. Hey, you know what? Don't complain about there's not enough fight action. Don't complain about there's not enough competition. Real competition awaits you. It awaits you in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on the weekend of October 8th through the 10th at the Landmark at the IKF East Coast Classic. It's going to be a fantastic event. 3 United States title fights, including a professional fight, is going to be right there for you. It's going to be great entertainment. I guarantee you it will be some of the best entertainment on the Grand Strand that weekend, hands down. Remember, registration for the IKF East Coast Classic starts July 19th, guys. Do not delay, because if the other division fills up, it just fills up. There's only 4 fighters in each division. And then we will be done with that. I want to remind everyone to check out all of our events going on across the country. We have several, one in Apex this weekend, I think one in Madera, somewhere, California, this weekend. We have events going on across the country. Check out our website, our events calendar at akpromotions.org or ikfkickboxing.com. Several websites right there for you to check out. We also have our California website at pmtca.org as well. So a lot of information out there for everyone, guys. Please check us out. Be a part of our events. We'll love to have you. Remember, our semi-contact events, the PKB, the PBSC, are events indeed that can change your fighters' lives in a positive way. It can enhance their skills. It can make them so much better. Hope you guys will be a part of them. Just sign up online. You'll see all the information there again at akpromotions.org, guys. Hope to see you at an event really soon. Again, guys, we're here celebrating our 3 years on the air, guys, of Johnny Davis Live, Real Talk, Real Solutions. I want to thank all of our guests for being on the show at some point along the way over these past few years, guys. I really do appreciate it. I obviously love to talk, right? And I like to bring information to people that is helpful. So we certainly want to thank everybody for being a part of our shows all this time. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank all of my guests today for being on. Continue to, respect each other. Always forward march. This is Johnny Davis Live, and we'll see you again real soon. I'm checking out. Bye-bye.